Okay, so in the music industry, I think it's time to address the elephant in the room. And when I say music industry, I want to talk hip hop to be specific. So I recently did a post on Threads and I see the numbers rising, okay? And the post was me saying that WAP, now that I think about it, the song WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion was actually a big embarrassment to the culture. I'm having a lot of comments of people agreeing with me. Okay, cool, I appreciate it. And then I got a lot of comments of people that don't agree with me. And here's the thing, I actually got a DM today of somebody saying, hey, I don't agree with you. I usually agree with you, but I don't agree with you on, another thing that I said. And I want to say this, if y'all don't disagree with me, I expect that. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. I know this is the real world and I know people have their own opinions. But here's the thing, I like to hear people's, you know, side of things. But if you're going to say your side of things, please be logical because y'all, I'm not an emotional person. Like, let's be logical, okay? I want to hear everybody's opinions and thoughts. So I want to leave that there. But as for the post, I'm having a lot of people say, okay, well, what about Uchiwali? What about Slob on My Knob? What about Trina? What about Salt and Pepper? And all of these different things. And I believe all of these things that y'all are saying is very valid. And I was actually laying in bed and I just found myself tossing and turning. And I was just like, huh, why don't we ever talk about the elephant in the room? And I'm finding these days the elephant can find healing through just a simple question. And the question I want to ask is, why is there a double standard when it comes to women and men? Of course, in hip hop, of course, in music, but this could apply to everything. Why is there a double standard? Why? Let's talk about in real life and let's talk about in the music. In the real world, women could have multiple partners or have a history of multiple partners, like a Megan Thee Stallion. She's been with Tory Lanez. She's been with sorry to put her body count out there, but Clay Thompson, Moneybag Yo, whatever. Um, and then with men, you could have somebody like Future, like with multiple women he had children by, or like a Nick Cannon. And those people, they might get like spoken about here and there, but they don't catch the heat like a woman does. And let's talk about in music. So men could rap about, slob on my knob, like corn on a cob. Let's call the boys. Let's run a train. Those lyrics don't get ridiculed. In a lot of people's minds, those men are legends for that song. And then you have people like me that said, well, WAP wasn't embarrassing. But when I've been out to shows, I've, chanted those lyrics or whatever, or the slob on my knob lyrics, like, concerts, because sometimes they play it before the artist comes on. And I'm just like, and I just had a moment like, that is messed up. Those lyrics are trifling. And when you talk about the other songs that people are dropping in the thread, in the comment section, a lot of those other songs are trifling too. Future's music I've always found trifling. Uh, and the list goes on. Why is like a Future praised for these hypersexual spaces or context? Meanwhile, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are attacked. Okay, so now that we've painted that picture, let's step out of it and let's look at all the parts. We got men, we got women, we got this sound, these lyrics, we got this sound, these lyrics. Okay, boom. Everybody in rap, if they want to be the best, or popular in streaming, you gotta get raunchy. I mean, look at Lotto. I almost said her original name, but look at Lotto. We saw her when she was first doing music. It was cute, and then as she was rising. She felt her music started getting raunchy, and it's just like everybody else. So I can't ignore the fact also that I gotta say this: men, we have to admit, okay, women play a part in the destruction of things, and men play a part as well. But men, let's start with y'all, okay? When are we going to admit that we played a part in this? Men, I'm talking to y'all. When are we going to admit that a lot of men played a part in this streaming, future, making women feel like that if they don't show something that they're not worthy of being in the spotlight, over sexualizing women? When are that accountability is going to be there? And also women too. No, like we're seeing like these women, both of the women in WAP have stories that came out of them being cheated on, did wrong, and just these embarrassing stories. But at the same time, it's like, how can you expect a man to completely 360 respect you when you're releasing music and you're posting these provocative pictures and all these things? Like, how could you really believe that a man could like full 360 respect you? Okay, so we got all those moving parts, right? As you guys can see, being respectful, and I'm aware of both sides. But why is it, let's put them in the front, why is it women, they get attacked when they do these same things that men do, having multiple partners, cheating, doing raunchy music? Why is it? And I want to ask that to the public, and I really want to hear your guys' thoughts. And please be logical. Let me put that out there, okay? I love hosting these kinds of conversations. I love having conversations. I'm a natural born communicator, okay? I'm an Aquarius. I'm a communications major, all these things. I love doing these things. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all be losing me when y'all be, oh, this, oh, that, oh, like, let's be logical here. Let's actually answer these questions and let's get down to the nitty gritty. Why is it? Is it because men hold women on a pedestal because we have vaginas? We carry children. We're supposed to be nurturing. Is it that? I don't even know if that's the answer, because in Future's music, he don't hold women on a pedestal. He's got one song my ex-husband used to play, like, talking about, I never liked when he would play the song. It was a song like, "You're always a part of my collection." A part of your collection? That woman had your child. She put her life at stake and pushed out your child, but you see her as like a mannequin, as like an action figure? Okay, so is it that? Or is it men feel like women don't deserve any type of expression? Is it that? Is it that? And if so, if whatever it is, what is your vision for women going forward? Because also, I have to say this, I'm all about moving forward, okay? When I do these articles, when I do these videos, when I do these posts, I'm not just trying to, la da da da. I'm about action, okay? So what do men want out of women? What do they expect for women to be? Female rappers, whatever. Like, what do they want? And I don't want to hear, oh, I just want her to act like a queen. Because if that's the case, what is up with all this slut me out music? What is up with, oh, she-ho, what you do? If you really felt that way, and if that woman was a HO, and whatever they call it these days, you will pull her to the side, or you would, say some encouraging words. But that's not the case, though. That's not the case. And why is that? So I want to hear everybody's thoughts. Don't be being irritating in the comments, please. Please. Okay, but you can follow me on Instagram too at TracyVA Media. This is posting to my YouTube channel, so subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to have more of these conversations. Right now, it's 1 a.m. And like I said, I was tossing and turning when I was in bed. Before I get out here, I just watched the Michael Jackson movie, and there's one quote that I want to start living by. Michael Jackson said he was woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he hopped his ass in the studio, and and he said that God gave him the message, and if he don't take the message, you're gonna give it to Prince. I'm not saying that I have the holy grail here, y'all. That's not what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, there are conversations that need to be had, and it all starts with why. So I'm asking you guys why, and I want real answers. So follow me on IG, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna see you guys next time.